Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin, I'm a geek. You are watching Kevin the Geek. Welcome back to another Super Geek Guaranteed reaction, which this time it comes from Jack, who has requested At Home with the Braithwaites, a show that I've never heard of, but apparently it's got a couple of Doctor Who-ish links, which is kind of cool, because I obviously love Doctor Who. This is a British comedy drama television series created and written by Sally Wainwright, apparently apart from the final 4 episodes, and it follows a suburban family in Leeds whose life is turned upside down when the mother of the family wins the lottery. Interesting. It ran for 4 series and a total of 26 episodes from January 2000 to April 2003. So we're talking, what, 22 years after it ended, or 25 years after it started. Don't know what to expect with this one, but I'm kind of intrigued by the whole lottery win aspect. That's gonna quite possibly provide some comedy to it. You know, a family maybe sort of being on the breadline, then they sort of win the lottery, and then they maybe get to, you know, you see the shenanigans of what they try and do with it. Maybe friends or family kind of try and steal them for money. I don't know. Let's just watch it and find out. Peter Davison, 5th Doctor. This feels a very 2000s intro.
Back and River, can I help you? Back and River, who's putting you through?
Would you like to take a seat?
Okay. Episode 1.
It's 8 o'clock on Thursday, the 1st of June. Prince Charles has voiced his concern over genetically modified food, questioning whether it's needed.
You're not even listening to it.
We are not having pop music.
I don't want pop music on. I don't want anything on.
Not at breakfast time.
Trying to learn some lines.
Enough of that coming through the ceiling every 5 minutes.
Well, not from me, you don't. Can you tell her to stop chewing so loud? It's like living in a zoo.
Charlotte, how the hell much cereal have you got there? Do you know how much a packet of that costs?
Here we go. I'm growing. Money, money, money. Need feeding.
And have you bought your mother a birthday present?
I don't know why I have to live in this cultural backwater.
Have you bought your mother a birthday present?
Yes.
Why, when's her birthday?
Today, ignorance.
I haven't got any money.
Well, where's your pocket money?
Spent it.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
And don't you go swanning off out tonight, because we've got this barbecue organised.
Have we been invited to a barbecue?
Oh, God, if she gets any slower, she'll stop.
Barbecue? We've been invited to a barbecue?
Yeah, we're having a barbecue. For your birthday.
Oh, what a kind thought.
Happy birthday.
Oh. Well, I'll pretend I don't know. Who have we invited?
Well, there's no point in pretending now, is there?
I hope you've invited the neighbours.
I've invited the Hartnells.
Have you invited the Skidmores?
God, no, Mother.
Well, you can't not invite the Skidmores if you've invited the Hartnells.
You want them, you invite them.
Is Virginia coming?
I'll ring her.
Oh, David, you know how busy she gets.
I will ring her. I'm going to work.
Silly, Annie.
Oh, Sarah, I forgot to test you on your audition piece.
Too late. But the parents take an interest in what the children are doing. Normal parents.
Sorry.
Morning, Back and River. Who's putting you through? Back and River, can I help you?
I'm sorry, that one's
Just one moment.
Here's the thing, I'll put you through.
Back and River, can I help you?
Mrs. Braithwaite.
Good morning.
Hi, Keith Kershaw. Sorry to have kept you waiting.
That's all right.
You found us all right then? Do come this way.
Hi, Tamsin. It's Virginia's mum. Is she there? Still in bed? Never mind. Ask her to give me a ring, will you? And are you all right? Good. Okay then. Bye. Bye.
She don't care.
Hello? Pam! Today? Oh. No, that's fine, that's fine. Usual time? Yes, I can pick Mr. Topless up. And Mrs. Riley.
It's the topless.
Don't go buying just any old rubbish with that £10 note. Charlotte! It's to buy your mother a present.
Right.
Sharno! Oh, Sharno! Has Mr. Whiteley's magazine come in? You are? I can't hear what the daft bag is saying.
Under the counter.
You want under the counter, and you want to turn that racket off and get your lazy backside down here. जवाब दे दिया हैं मैं ना तेरे ना टुकड़े टुकड़े कर दूंगा सुन लिया I'm bloody sick of it. Yeah, well, you want to get out of the bath and get your sent down here, you fat cow. You heard me? There's folk queuing down here, there's folk waiting.
Oh, get lost.
They're queuing out up door and down street.
How was that kid? Because, I mean, surely, if my memory serves correctly, and maybe it changed before I turned it, but then you have to be at least 16 to be able to buy a lottery ticket. Am I misremembering? In like 2000, was it a different age? Because I swear it's always been at least 16. And, I mean, okay, she could be 16. She don't look it. And if I was a shopkeeper and it is 16, I'd be IDing her.
Liar.
Cure lottery. Was that even a thing in 2000?
Alison, can I call you Alison?
Oh, yes.
Great, what can I do for you?
It's delicate.
Okay.
I'm not entirely sure just yet.
I see.
You see, the thing is, it was my birthday last week.
Happy birthday.
Oh.
Thank you. And my daughter, Charlotte, she... Are you good at your job?
I like to think so, yeah.
The thing is, Mr. Kershaw...
Keith, please.
Keith, I don't want someone who's good at their job, primarily. I want someone who's basically competent, of course, but more importantly, I want someone who I can trust.
Don't mind me!
Sorry, Denise.
Happy birthday. Welcome to the old bags department.
Are you and Colin busy at all this evening? Oh, no, we're having a little barbecue. David meant to ask you, but...
Fab. What time?
7-ish?
Yeah.
And the boys, if they're not doing anything.
Great, we'll be there. Here, how's your Virginia getting on?
She's doing fine as far as we know. Yeah?
Morning. Somebody forgot to lock the back door when they came in last night, Virginia. Shit. Sorry. Again. Hello? Oh, and the kitchen light was left on all night. Again. I'm sorry. Oh, and your mother rang earlier. Hello?
Have you forgotten it's your mother's birthday?
Oh, damn shit.
For God's sake, who thinks my margarine tub is an ashtray?
Ugh.
Sorry, Dad.
A barbecue. We're having a barbecue for your mother. Hello?
Can you keep the noise down? I can't hear me, Dad. It's you, isn't it?
You've done this!
Piss off! No, not you, Dad. What were you saying?
What's going on? Who's that shouting?
Your daughter is a slob, Mr. Braithwaite. An S-O-L-B slob.
Oh, you can tell she's reading physics, can't you?
And she's a lesbian.
You're dead. Have you got that? Dead.
Oh.
Hello? Virginia?
Sorry, Dad.
Listen, 8 o'clock tonight. Be there, all right?
Yeah, right, fine, Fab. Bye.
I don't care who you are and how angry you are with someone. If she is legitimately lesbian, you don't out them to their parents while they're on the phone in a fit of anger.
Good morning, Mr. Braithwaite.
Morning.
Mr. Deacon's coming in at 1:30 to discuss his mortgage repayment situation. I've warned him that the outlook is bleak and we're not a charity.
Okay.
And how are you fixed for this dinner time?
Oh, busy, I'm afraid. It's Alison's birthday. Having a barbecue. I've got to go to Sainsbury's.
Callous mercenaries plunging their weapons deep into my soul.
I'm sorry, it sounded like there's some sort of like 70s porno music track going underneath. And then I saw her cross her legs and whoa!
Like a baby cow shot through the head, they collapse, bleeding and die, screaming, wailing, pleading, covered in my own offal. Do you like it, Kieran?
It's very brutal.
Yeah, well, I'm a tree and I'm angry. Do you like it? You weren't listening.
No, I was.
No, you weren't. I'm not stupid. What are you doing, Kieran?
I was
You're crowding me, invading my space again. You just think I'm a sex object.
Yes.
No, I don't.
Yes, he does.
Yes, you do.
He's a teenager.
Everybody thinks we're going out together. Why aren't we?
You know why? It's because I'm in love with someone else.
Ugh.
I'm sorry.
Sarah, he's a teacher. He wouldn't touch you with a barge pole.
Oh.
You know that?
And anyway, he's gay. He's a queer, it's a well-known fact.
Yeah, I know that. That's why he's so sensitive and gentle and fantastic.
And why? He doesn't like girls.
He'll like me, especially when I'm his Antigone.
You reckon?
You're just jealous. You're just silly and immature and jealous.
Oh!
You coming to our barbecue tonight for my mum's birthday?
What barbecue?
You're dead.
D-E-D.
Have I been to the toilet?
Just now, Mr. Topless.
It's no good, I'll have to go again.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alison. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Lord. Thank you. Are you taking your pill, Mr. Topless?
No, and I'm not going to. I'm never off toilet.
Your ankles will swell up, you dozy pillock. Get it took.
You beggar off and mind your own flaming business.
Beggar off, you senile old sod. I was only trying to help. Oh, look at that face. It's like a cracked arse. It's being so cheerful as keeps him going. Will you sing for us, Alison, love? It's your birthday. I'll play piano.
I want to set up my own company, my own business.
I see. Doing, what, exactly?
I'm not entirely sure.
Right. What sort of capital have you got?
Well, a certain sum, shall we say. But I will need an accountant.
When you set up your business,
Yes.
doing something you haven't decided yet?
No, well, I have got a vague idea. You see, I think I want to help people.
Do you?
Yes.
Right. Have you been to a small business advisor?
No.
Well, then I suggest you do.
No, I want an accountant. To make sure that monies are allocated correctly without waste, tax-wise. Right from the beginning. You see, it's all a mystery to me, and I don't want to get into trouble.
Right, yeah. Why don't you come back and see me in a few weeks when you've decided what it is you want to do and who you want to do it for? And that shit. Sorry. Do you mind if I make a quick call?
Oh, yes, whatever. You carry on.
Hi, Simon. It's Keith. I just got the memo. The key thing here is not to panic.
There's a clear difference at this very early stage between when we've seen her on this day, which is her birthday, and then these scenes that we've seen her, a week later, which is where I would be presuming we've learned that she's won the lottery. Would have thought the old focus would have liked a bit of Robbie.
What's the matter?
Oh.
I want to talk. We can talk at the office.
Only about mortgages and loans and God knows what.
Yeah, we can talk in the office. Elaine, why don't we just do it? Then we'll talk about anything you like.
No, because you won't.
That's what we came here for, I thought.
Fed up of
what?
This. Doing it like this.
I thought you liked it.
There comes a time when you need something more.
I'm not leaving Alison. I mean, that's understood. It's always been understood.
I love you.
Well, I'm very fond, obviously, of you.
You just want somebody you can shag.
Yes.
We better get back. There's no point talking like this. Look, if you're going to change the ground rules, it's time to blow the whistle on it, isn't it? Elaine? Yeah?
Oh. It's a bit risky doing it in bright daylight, isn't it?
Yeah.
The car.
It's a little something for your birthday. Oh, Marion, you shouldn't have. Why not? I've nobody else to give out to, and it's... Anyway, it's now. Well, I'll see you next week. Ta-ta. Bye.
Oh, £2. Life begins at 40, so does arthritis. Bless her. Bless Marion.
Right, but what were the figures for the first quarter? No, I can wait.
Perhaps I should put a few more cards on the table.
Uh-huh.
The reason I want your advice is I've come into some money.
I'm listening.
I won £38 million on the Euro lottery last week, and I don't quite know what to do with it.
Well, that's understandable.
As I say, I know I want to help people with it, to do something useful.
No, don't do anything, Simon. Just leave it with me.
Was he not even listening?
I'm not going to charge you for this consultation, Mrs. Braithwaite. I'm simply going to give you the benefit of my advice, which is to go to the Small Business Advisory Service. They are very nice people, and I'm sure they'll sort out all your queries and questions and any other bits of information you require to set up your business. Really, very good luck.
Press the button. There's a button. Press it. Bottom left. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I'm not a list person. This is my life. You only get one stab at it, don't you? And it was never meant to be like this. Here, all these. Some days are like that, aren't they? Everything goes wrong, and then just one thing, and it's like the straw that breaks the camel's back. I'm just the same. I'm sorry. You're an accountant? Not a very good one, apparently. Oh? To be a good accountant at Thacker and Warburg, there are certain qualities required, which I lack. Unscrupulousness, immorality,
she's been sacked.
greed. You didn't sack me, I resigned.
Good for you.
No, it isn't good for me. It's decidedly not bloody good, frankly. Thank you, you've been very kind.
I'd like to talk to you.
I'm going to have to let Alison go. Dad liked her.
Sorry?
Alison, the home help.
Oh, that's my name, Alison.
Is it?
How long has he been...
Senile. He had a stroke about 18 months ago.
I'm sorry.
Well, he was in hospital to start with. I was so relieved when they told me he wasn't going to die. You see, I assumed that once he regained consciousness, he'd make a full recovery. But they don't, do they? Not always.
No.
I didn't want to put him in a home. Not the sort we could afford, anyway. But apart from that, I didn't want to put him in a home because I wouldn't want to be put in a home. So I suppose there was some cowardice involved as well.
I think that's very selfless.
No, I think it was cowardice.
Your husband, is he still...
No, he left. He couldn't stand it. So then there was no money. So then I had to pick up the reins again, not very successfully. I'm sorry. You wanted to talk to me about something, didn't you?
Oh, yes, I did. If you're sure it's a good time.
Of course. Go ahead.
Okay.
She ain't got much
Well,
else
if you
on.
don't mind, I wanted to tell you about my birthday last week. We were having a barbecue. It was a secret, a surprise for me. Only I knew because Charlotte had spilled the beans at breakfast time. Charlotte's my youngest.
Can you tell her not to follow me round all the time? It's embarrassing. I mean, why hasn't she got any friends of her own? Why isn't she normal like other people's little sisters? And can't you send her to a special school where they know how to look after children who aren't normal?
It's a bit mean.
What's happened to her glasses?
I don't know. I'll break more than glasses next time.
Want some more chicken? It isn't cooked through.
I don't care.
You'll die.
Good.
Nice food. So you're at Sainsbury's with your friend.
Oh!
Mother insisted on inviting the Skidmores.
Where's Virginia? I've not seen Virginia.
Mum, have a top-up.
Oh, no thanks. Have you seen what they're doing to your flowers?
Right. Oh, God, it's embarrassing.
Did you ask Kieran round?
No, I didn't ask Kieran round. I didn't want to embarrass him.
Hi, Sarah.
Hello, Phil. What's at this sofa? There's so many guests. Where's your mum and dad?
My dad's in your house waiting for the lottery results, and Mum's just gone to the bog. I think she's pissed.
Oh, dear. Has anybody seen Virginia?
Ali, darling! Oh, happy birthday.
Oh, Mum, this
This is Megan and Mike Hartnell, our new next-door neighbours. I told you about them.
Oh, goodness, so it is. I've seen you on the television, in that advert. If you want to keep your pussy cushy, feed her pussy mushy.
And Mike writes novels.
Oh, goodness me.
When he's not lecturing at the Polytechnic.
University. Alison, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, Megan, Sarah's auditioning for a play at school.
Oh, Antigone.
Wow. I said you might give us some useful hints and tips.
I'm auditioning for the play and all. Aren't Sarah?
Are you really, Phil? Very good. That's so exciting.
Look.
What? It's that woman off the cat food ad. To keep your pussy cushy, feed it pussy mushy. She's gorgeous.
Oh. She seems familiar.
Une fois de plus, voici les numéros gagnants du tirage de ce soir de la toute première Euroloterie. And once more, here are the winning numbers for tonight's first ever Eurolottery draw.
The first ever.
8, 9, 14, 25, 27, and 38. Don't forget, every Saturday night is Euro Lottery Night, transmitted live from Brussels, Europe.
38 million? Yes.
Well, it must be very popular at home now.
Well, that's the thing, you see. I haven't actually told them yet.
You haven't told them?
I intend to, eventually. But the thing is, you see... I'm sorry, I don't know your name.
Pauline.
Pauline. The evening I won, before I knew I'd won, it was all so pleasant, and then someone started talking about the lottery, what they'd spend it on if they won, and then someone else started arguing that there shouldn't be a lottery at all.
Of course, the mistake your average man in the street makes is in assuming, that winning however many millions will instantly make you happy. Instantly take away all your problems.
Well, I'll tell you what, pal. If you win, you can give it to me, all right? Because we wouldn't want to make you miserable, would we?
When, in fact, he's going to be left with all the same neuroses, the same self-doubt.
Screwed up and rich or screwed up and poor. I know which I'd choose.
The point being that we're encouraged to think of such a huge sum of money as some kind of panacea, when in fact it's potentially a huge burden. It's a massive responsibility.
Oh, dear. Well, on balance, I think I'd risk it here, David.
Yes, on balance, I think, probably. But you shouldn't, David. I mean, what satisfaction can you get from money that's just been arbitrarily thrown at you for no good reason?
Has he ever been poor? Have you ever been poor?
Mum, the pig's eaten too much. It's being sick in the bathroom.
Oh, lovely.
Of course I've been poor. Well, what passes for being poor in this country? I bet you think you're poor, don't you? What with your 4 bedrooms and your 2 cars and your satellite dish and your telly in every crevice.
Mike, darling, shut up. You're being boring.
Oh, being boring, am I? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, that's interesting. Mildly. See, being poor, your kind of poor, is something no amount of money's gonna rescue you from.
He's drunk.
That's why it's so sad that week in, week out, you fill in your sad little bit of paper, thinking with your sad little brain that if, Lord be praised, you actually win, which you haven't got a hope in hell of doing anyway, somehow your life's gonna be transformed into something beautiful and meaningful and bearable. Well, it won't. Be grateful for what you've got. That's the point.
He has got a point to an extent, but he's coming off a little bit narcissistic in my view. I will talk a bit more about, the ideas of winning lottery at the end. I won't do it just now, but I'll definitely do it at the end.
Make what you've got meaningful and bearable.
Talks out of his arse, doesn't he?
Why don't you try thinking about...
Is it all up? I think so.
Okay, lie down.
Why don't we
happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
She left it until now.
Cigarettes?
No, open it.
Oh, a lottery ticket. Thank you.
If you win, I want half.
Don't say deal.
You'll chuck your job. You have no function. You don't even be filled with nothing bigger than what to buy next.
Oh dear.
The whole concept is irresponsible. The whole concept is based on greed.
What's wrong with greed?
Well, yes, we can get into that if you really
Greed
want
is the
to.
mother of invention.
Necessity.
What?
Necessity is the mother of invention.
It boils down to the same thing. It most certainly does not. Anyway, get back to the point I was making earlier.
I wouldn't bother, pal, because nobody's listening.
That doesn't make me wrong. Pal.
Oh.
Got quite heated. Actually, it became rather unpleasant.
Yeah.
Chosser.
Oh! Oh!
And it made me think that if I ever did win, if I wasn't careful, it might cause more harm than good.
You must be very restrained.
Yes, I can be. You see, I'm very lucky with my family. We have our problems, of course. David's always worried about work. And Virginia, I sometimes worry that she's not happy at university.
She won't look at you twice. Piss off.
And Sarah takes everything so very seriously.
I told her. I warned her. I said, don't invite them.
And Charlotte's at that awkward age. But I love her. I love them all. And we're so well off. We are, really. We've got everything we need and a little bit more besides. If suddenly there was more, a lot more, I think it could spoil them. It'd change their ambitions, their aspirations, their whole outlook on life. And I couldn't help thinking it'd be for the worse. Is everybody gone? Virginia? Is Tamsin sleeping in your room?
No. She left without telling me. I'm supposed to get back to York now.
What'd you do that for?
I don't know.
Are you watching this film?
No. What are you after?
Lottery results.
1, 2, 3.
Would you like one?
Oh, teletext days.
Victor.
Yeah.
Are you in pain?
Have you won? Mum, have you won?
Huh?
Stupid question.
Yeah.
It's like the first time you find out you're pregnant. You know you ought to be happy. You know you ought to be over the moon, but you daren't be. Just in case you're wrong.
Yeah, interesting.
Just in case there's something you've missed or not understood. Just because it seems so unreal. Just because it's the sort of thing that only ever seems to happen to other people.
So what are you going to do?
Well, I've got to claim it first.
You haven't claimed it.
Not yet. And then what I want to do, what I think I want to do is, I want to help people. I want to set up a company, an organisation that helps people. I've already started dropping hints at home that I'm thinking about going back to work, so...
But what sort of people?
Anyone. Everyone, I've no idea. People are always asking for money, aren't they? You mean like a charity? If you like. You see, with my money and your expertise, we could spend it wisely. And I think it'd be terribly interesting, don't you? Don't go away.
And her dad.
Thought you might need some moral support before you went in. So, what are you going to say?
Oh, it was only a first-year exam.
Well, that'll go down well.
She'll see the funny side of it. She must have a sense of humour.
Did you know that if you were to fold a cigarette paper 42 times, it would reach the moon?
Did you know that?
No, I did not know that. I got where I am today without knowing that. There would be certain technical problems in achieving this feat. Once folded 42 times, a cigarette paper may be very thick, but it is also rather narrow. More absurd calculations, which are all wrong anyway. Etc., 0.7 to the minus 15 meters. This is more than half the width of the cigarette paper reaching from the Earth to the moon. And already the electron orbitals will be pretty screwed up. By folding the cigarette paper once more, it would actually be possible to split the nucleus. If Rutherford, spelled incorrectly, had rolled his own cigarettes, he too would have made this fundamental observation, and so saved himself an awful lot of time experimenting with nuclear reactors. I can only assume you didn't do any of your coursework, which is why you wrote this pile of shit instead. I'm sorry, Virginia. This was one too many. I met with the Board of Studies examiners this morning. You're being asked to leave. That means you're being sent down, but we say asked to leave because it sounds nicer.
Well, firstly, I'd like to thank everyone for auditioning. And the good news is, there's parts for everyone. And now, some people's parts are bigger than others, but yeah, that's life. Okay, here goes. Antigone.
Not her.
I'd like to ask Lucy to play Antigone.
Well done, Lucy.
Kate, I'd like you to be Hermione.
Well done.
Rachel, I'd like to ask you to play the nurse. And now the boys, Kieran, I'd like you to be Creon.
Yes.
Phil, I'd like you to be Human. Tim, Sean, and Alex, I'd like you to be the soldiers. Now, the chorus is going to be made up of everyone else, so no gloomy faces.
Oh,
no
that's a
whinging.
gloomy face.
All right, come on. Let's get these chairs shifted.
Why Jane Crowther, by the way? Because Jane's my middle name and Crowther's my maiden name. Makes sense. The press will never make that connection. Right, so Jane Crowther Holdings has been set up as a limited company and you own 100% of the shares. 35 million will be transferred this morning into the company account and I'll keep back 3 million as liquid to start the ball rolling. Right. Then if we get fund managers to invest the 35 million, your annual income will be in the region of 4 million. So, in the long term, we'll have a lot more than 38 million to play with. Oh, absolutely. And what we have to do next is set up the Jane Crowther Trust. That way, all the profits from Jane Crowther Holdings will go into the trust. You see, normally you'd pay a huge amount in tax, but if you transfer the profits into the trust, it'll be tax-free.
Ah.
Well, you've certainly been doing your homework. That's what you're paying me for. What do you think? Oh, look at this. It's fantastic. I thought you might like that office for yourself. Well, I think it's best if you have the biggest office, and then if David or any of the girls want to come and see where I work, it's easier to pretend I'm your secretary or something.
Whatever you say, you're the boss. Oh, there is one other thing. If we are going to set up a trust, we do need a minimum of 3 trustees.
Why?
Well, to act as a committee. It's a charity commission requirement.
You mean I have to tell at least 3 other people about the money?
No, one other. You can be a trustee yourself, and I can be one if you want me to be.
Yes, of course.
Right. Well, you just have to find one other person, then.
Answer the door! Mom!
Oh, hello again. We met at your mother's birthday party.
You haven't got a key, have you? My mother hasn't given you one for emergencies or anything.
Yes, yes, she has.
I'm locked out.
I'm not quite sure where it is. I'll try next door.
I've just been sent down from university.
Have you? Oh, dear. I've just been to the garden centre.
Bye.
Bye.
Bit of a cow there.
What's this?
What?
It's a memo from head office.
I see.
It's not for you, it's for me.
Oh.
Giving the green light to my request to be transferred to the Farsley branch.
Well, you did ask to be transferred to the Farsley branch.
6 months ago, before we started. And then I withdrew it, if you recall.
Well, it'd be handy for you, Farsley. It's more your side of town. You'd not need to fight your way into Leeds every morning.
You've done this.
I have not.
Yeah, you have.
Well, I'm not going.
Well, why don't you think about it?
I've already sent a memo back, reminding them that I withdrew my request 2 weeks after I made it. And that I'm more than happy where I am. Here. With you.
She's gone into town, your mum. She's got an interview for a job.
A job? What job?
She never said. How's your dad?
Alison! Alison! Oh, where's Alison?
She's gone for an interview, apparently.
An interview? What for?
A job.
Can you drive? I need to get to a hospital.
Oh.
I think I'm going to pass out. Oh. It's typical. Not only is Alison out, but it's the one day in the month when Mike chooses to actually go in and do some lecturing or have a seminar, whatever he does. I know this is difficult, but could you try and drive somewhat more smoothly? I'm losing blood here.
Sorry.
Stupid, sodding garden folk. I mean, why don't they make things properly, for God's sake? I could bleed to death here and no one would even notice, let alone care. He certainly wouldn't. He'd probably say, oh, it's only a scratch, Megan. He would. I remember when I died giving birth to Spike.
Spike?
My eldest, he's 8. Plays the piano phenomenally well. You've probably heard him.
No.
I've suffered for that child. I was in labour for 3 months.
Go! Go!
The lights have changed. They wanted to induce him, so I said, fine, out with the ropes and the winch. But oh no, he wanted a natural birth. I'm not having a child with a head shaped like a banana. For God's sake. Have you ever given birth?
No.
Well, don't. It's like shitting a tank.
Oh, lovely.
Of course, that's when the vocal cords went haywire. If I ever did, heaven forfend, ever manage to get back on stage, they'd probably only be able to hear me in the front row of the stalls.
Oh!
Shit. Keep going, keep going. Shit. I'll take responsibility. This is life and death here. Anyway, it's only a Fiat.
It's only a Fiat. Gosh, she's a
Why are
stuck-up
you
cow.
doing this?
I've told you. You think there's more to it? Well, there isn't.
Fine.
Except, if there is more to it, I suppose it's just that I want to do something they don't know about for once. I want to have a big, juicy secret. Do you think I'm mad?
Utterly.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
I want to see if it works. I want to see if I can do it. Because if I can't, if it fails, then I'd rather they didn't even know I tried.
Don't tell me I'm in the wrong place, you stupid little fart. I'm not senile. Marion! Oh, there she is. Sorry, love, I was only teasing. Oh, I never had you down as somebody who'd eat in a place like this.
I don't, as a rule.
No, it's fur coats and no knickers the sort that come in here. Don't tell me. I've seen it all before. Would you like a drink? Who's your friend?
Oh, sorry. Marion, this is Pauline. Pauline, this is Marion.
Hello.
I've known Marion a long time. She knows a lot about life. I want her to be the third trustee.
Does she know?
About the money, yes. I told her on the phone. I rang her up when you went to the loo.
When you were pulling your knickers up, she told me to get down here in a taxi, and I did.
48 million. She's a dark horse, isn't she? Did somebody say something about a drink? I should cook, or I'll have a bucket of champagne, and that's just for starters. Well, let's all get tiddly.
Let's get tiddly.
You must think I'm dreadful.
No, not at all, no.
Lordy. I'm sure bottles of whiskey are smaller than they used to be. Have another one of your fags. Just the one. You know, I haven't smoked since Carlisle. How long's that? How old's Spike? 8 years. Actually, that's not true. I smoke in the garden when they're all out. Why? Why am I afraid to say, this is me, I smoke, I like it? That's what marriage does to you, Virginia.
I wouldn't know.
No. Sometimes I wish I didn't. I know it's cruel saying it, but it's true. Sometimes I could do without the lot of them. I miss the old days, I do. Digs. Quick coffee snatch between rehearsals. Sex. I used to be good at sex. Of course, I don't get enough practice these days. I keep thinking I ought to have an affair.
Oh, yeah?
Hello, Mummy. What's birthday?
Spike, piano, Felix, easel. Mummy will be through in 2 minutes. I didn't know it was so late. I thought it was still lunchtime. I'll have to go. It's been lovely chatting. We must do it again sometime. Bye-bye.
Where the hell have you been? What are you doing here? When did you start swanning around in taxis?
You all right?
I've been sent down.
I've never heard of that term before, being sent down.
She's been there 5 minutes.
Can you try and keep your voice down?
Where is she?
David, don't.
You always have to draw attention to yourself, don't you?
I'm not having her sitting around here all day on her backside.
Didn't precious buffy English teacher give you the parts you wanted this? Did you just give you the fifth messenger 10 times removed? I am Antigone!
Sod you.
Sod you!
She'll have to get a job if she's leaving. I've told her that.
Oh, she'll have to get a job. What job? She's not qualified to do a job.
Perhaps she just needs a little bit of time to sort herself out and find out what she really wants.
Doesn't know what she wants. She never did. She wants to get herself off to university and get some proper qualifications. That's what she wants.
You don't need
Yes,
qualifications.
well, maybe. But she has to reach that decision by herself, in her own time.
Oh, really? And what's she planning on doing until then, eh? Living here, no doubt. At our expense. My expense.
Oh, surprise, surprise. We should have known it'd all boil down to money.
You stay out of this. It's got nothing to do with you.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. No one's allowed an opinion except you.
Sarah, don't talk to your dad like that.
She wants to buckle down and get on with it like I had to.
David, she's not happy. She hasn't been happy there for a while.
Happy?
What do you mean she's not happy? You don't go to university to be happy, you go there to learn. What are you all dressed up for?
Oh, I went for an interview for a job.
What job?
I did tell you.
No, you didn't.
No, I did.
What job?
With an accountant.
Doing what?
I don't know, bit of all sorts, really.
What's the salary?
Oh, here we go.
I'm not sure yet.
You didn't ask.
We're not all obsessed with money.
Is this full time?
It will be, yeah. 9 to 5, that sort of thing.
Well, if you get it.
Well,
have you thought this through? Coming home and having to start cooking and cleaning and God knows what?
Maybe you could do something.
Yeah, well, if everybody's prepared to pull their own weight a little bit more, there's no reason why there should be a problem. Is there?
Well, no. Only part-time would have been better, to start with at least.
It's too late.
I'll have to find out about this money.
It's too late. They've asked me to start tomorrow.
What?
And I've said yes.
Ah, here we go. Right. Right. It was the Mike and Megan. Julie Graham. Because I know her face. Every time she's like, I know that face.
A few moments later.
Oh, she's Benidorm. I've seen her in Benidorm, clearly. Oh! Yeah. Well, not only Benidorm, she's obviously been in Doctor Who as well. But yes, she is in Benidorm. She's Sharon, wife of Billy. Oh, I did not. I did not make that connection at all. I mean, she's been in a hell of a lot of stuff since like 1984 was her first thing. So, how old is he? She's 59. Bloody hell! I would not have guessed that. Yeah. At Home with Braithwaites. Interesting. So they're definitely going with Alison being a character who I think they're really trying to make her likable. David, the husband, obviously Peter Davison, I don't know if they're trying to make him intentionally unlikable, but they're going with that vibe at the moment. Is that more to kind of show like the differences between the pair of them? Spent a bit more time than I like. If you'd spoken to me about this kind of going into it, I think they've spent a bit more time with the kids than I would have guessed. So Virginia, I believe, is the one who's at university. I could be getting them the wrong way around, but I think she's the oldest. It's interesting. Both the two oldest daughters, so Virginia and Sarah, they're both going after someone who's basically unobtainable in effect. So Virginia is lesbian, and she's supposedly after a straight woman. Sarah is supposedly in love with her teacher, which in and of itself you could argue is unobtainable, but the fact that he is also gay adds that other extra layer to it. So it's interesting the parallels. They seem to be doing a few different parallels with stuff like this. And then you've got various neighbours. Pauline, I really liked her. Linda Bellingham played her. Who there is apparently a Doctor Who link to her. I wouldn't have known that, and she sadly passed away January 2015, so 10 years ago. So rest in peace to you there. So when was she in Doctor Who? Can't even see when she's in Doctor Who. Might have been. Oh yeah, it was in old, so classic Doctor Who. 14 episodes apparently as a character called the Inquisitor, which I don't know. So yeah, there's a link to you there with Doctor Who. I mean, Jack did say there was a couple of Doctor Who links. I mean, Amanda Redmond, who played Alison, has she been in Doctor Who? Because that would be another one you go in. Yeah, has she? No, Amanda Redmond has not been in it. So yeah, there's probably others and everything. Yeah, so as an overall start to this series, it does throw up a very interesting premise. The idea that she's won the lottery, she doesn't want to tell her family, because that is in of itself intriguing. And they've done it in a way that makes you understand, probably, at least with her husband, why she wouldn't want to tell him. Because it is very much all about the money. I mean, I suppose the fact that he's having an affair, he's already kind of said, like, I'm not going to leave Alison. It would have been more interesting, say, if he'd been kind of like playing his secretary along and kind of going, oh, yeah, I'm going to leave her, blah, 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 blah. He finds out about the money. And then he goes, oh, no, I'm not going to leave her. Because obviously if he leaves her, he don't get the money. So there's a big thing there. But they're setting Alison up so nicely at the moment. It begs the question that as the show continues, will we see Alison change? Because that's the debate, isn't it, with things like the lottery? Do people change after they gain a substantial amount of money? And I've always had conversations with people about winning the lottery, and I've always been of the viewpoint that if I will win the lottery, I'm not like a big overspender on stuff. Like people talk about, oh yeah, if I won the lottery, I'd buy a Ferrari, or all that kind of rubbish. I'm the kind of person I wouldn't. I'd want a house. Because I'm in a flat at the minute, and I would like to buy a big enough house that I can have a nice garden and just live comfortably. And maybe I can have a studio and I can do stuff and do whatever. I'd want a room that's big enough to have a snooker table. That's my extravagant purchase. That's the only thing I would really, really, really want with something like that. But cars wise, I wouldn't splash out. I wouldn't go for a Mercedes or Audis or Beamers or Jaguars or anything big. There's no point. It's to get you from A to B. I'd keep it really, really simple. But then, I'd want the rest of my family to live comfortably. So I'd pretty much like have a set amount of money to like my brother, my sister, pretty much, pay off your house or whatever, and go, that's all you're gonna get. I'm doing this, so that you can also live comfortably. You're not having to worry about a mortgage and stuff like that. But don't come to me asking for handouts, because I'm not going to do that for you. I'd like to do a little bit to help you, but that's kind of the level of it. My mum, equally, she's got no mortgage, so I'd say, right, here's a lump of sum of money, retire, and enjoy your lives. Do whatever you want with it. If you want to go traveling and you want to do a round the world cruise or whatever it is, then do it. I'd want to have a little bit of money set aside for like my nephew, so that when he comes 18, again, not that he would be spoiled, but that he has enough to give him a startup in life. That's the kind of thing that I would want to do with lottery winnings. Beyond that, what do you do with it? Once you've kind of set your family up for life, you're kind of like, what do you do with it? And I would feel that I'd have to do a little bit of work or something to keep me active. Because if you just go, I've done it, I can quit my job today, blah, 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 very quickly you go, well, what do you actually do with yourself now? Literally, or what do you do with your life? Now you've got all this disposable income. I think she's going about it the right way. Whether it stays like that remains to be seen. So maybe we'll see more episodes of this in the future. I am not going to lie, I am intrigued to see where this show goes over the 4 series that we've got, and will the family ever find out? Will they not? Who knows? If you like what you see, if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to the channel. Please drop your comments below. And of course, if you would like to support me further and get early access to my content, amongst other benefits, then you can do so over on my Patreon. But that is going to do it for today. Thank you so much, very much for watching. And until next time, my name's Kevin. I'm a geek. You've been watching Kevin the Geek. Goodbye.